Have you had any funny experiences?
We run into occasional funny things in people's homes, sometimes personal items.
I get it.
And the guys get a kick out of that.
So we originally met a long time ago, social circle, St. Croix River. I was into boating, you were into boating. But the way we reconnected outside of social media was my wife and I were moving. And this was 2014, okay?
Okay.
And we had booked with a local moving company.
Yep.
They took our deposit. We got an email confirmation, and then we never got a call or anything like before.
Yeah.
So my wife calls the moving company the day before, and they're like, "We don't have your booking."
Oh, no.
And she's like, "Well, you took a deposit." And I got the email confirmation, and we're like, "You've got to be kidding me!" They're like, "Sorry, they only had a couple of trucks, right?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "Sorry, we can't help you. We don't have anyone to help you." So then I said, "We should call Matt's Moving." And Justine called, and at that time, you answered.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm still picking up the phone.
You were
Right.
you were still so, and you're like, "We got it. Don't worry about it." Right. And it was literally like the next day, it was like noon. She's freaking out like, "Oh my gosh, we don't have a mover." Right. And you guys saved the day.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So cool.
We do that a lot.
You do?
Save lots of days.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I love
Lots
to
of
hear
short
that.
notice moves. A lot of moving companies don't show up, and we get the call, and we have a lot of crews, a lot of trucks. We have a lot of availability, so we save a lot of days for people.
The big thing for me was the reason why we hired a mover, and we only had a little 900 square foot duplex.
Yeah.
We were moving into big family houses because I have a prosthetic leg from the motorcycle accident that I was in. So for me to carry big stuff like that, it's just hard, like to be able to do that. And I really needed someone to help do that.
I appreciate that. Yeah, that's
so that
awesome.
was super, super awesome. So you guys have been around for like 15 years now. Starting
Yeah,
from a little
2008,
company,
what does that
right?
equate to be? It's early morning for me still. 17, 18 years?
Yeah. So you started from like literally Matt moving, right? Like you
Yeah.
physically moving to now having this big company. Can you
Yeah.
tell us just a quick origin story about that?
Well, actually in the mortgage and real estate business, you know that. And 2008, the recession hit. I had a baby on the way in a new house, and I was actually in construction prior to, in my early 20s, did a little moving on the side when I was laid off, and saw the owner, how much he was making, and it was about money for me at the time and how to pay the bills. So I said, well, I can do that. And the recession hit, and started advertising on this Craigslist. People would call and write their information down on a Post-it note, go rent a truck, found some guys, found some equipment, and started moving. Within about a year, I was busy every single day. Calls were coming in, repeat customers already, and things just kept growing until now. Now we're 26 trucks.
That's amazing. How many people are you moving a month?
Every month is a little different, but we're probably averaging 400 to 600 people a month.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a lot of moves.
yeah, I think of the Craigslist posted note
Yeah.
to the organization that you have to have now
Yeah.
to be able to do that.
We got a great staff.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only one way to grow like that is a great staff, great movers. We continue with training all the time. We have sales meetings all the time, and just how to do things better, take care of the customer better.
Yeah, you run a tight shop. Like, so
Yeah.
I've personally hired Matt's Moving like 15 times. Some people might be watching this like, how is this even possible, right? That you could have hired the same company so many times, because my wife and I have been serial remodelers too.
Yeah.
So not only have you helped us move, from house to house, but we've literally had to move out of multiple houses
Yeah.
or move even just in-house moves.
Yep, internals,
Right.
yep.
Yeah, where we just go from, we're taking everything from the house into the garage. But to be able to have a crew come in for even 3 hours, it would take me like a week and a half to do these, because these guys, they're hustling.
And you
right?
and your wife, I mean, moving with your wife or spouse is not easy.
Yeah.
Divorces happen.
Yeah. Like, it's already so stressful.
Yeah.
And then just to save your back too, because they know how to do it right. They got the right equipment.
Yeah,
They're doing it
100%.
totally different.
All very
These
well
straps. Yeah.
Yep.
And they're really good about being like protective around smashing stuff up. I feel like we haven't really had an
Wrap
issue
everything
with
up
that.
properly, protect the floors, that's key.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've done everything from you guys. where you fully packed our entire house. Because we bought a house at one point in time where, or actually a couple of different, two times it's happened, where I was so busy, I'm like, I literally have no time.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are going to have to come in, pack the forks, you know, like, we're talking packing everything.
Pack and move, yep.
Yeah, like taking the picture off the wall and packing it away and coming back and unpacking it really quick. It's amazing when you have all this help, like how fast it happens too.
Yeah, the experience matters. The guys that do it every day, all day long, they're efficient at it for sure.
Is there common mistakes that people get ready for? Like when they're getting ready to hire a mover, is there, like, what should they be thinking about when they're getting ready? If we go all the way to the beginning,
Sure.
like where I tell people budget
Yep.
for the move, you budget for a mover if you can. Right, like if you have that, or if you have extra equity, because the average person has almost 200,000 in equity.
Yeah.
It's like if you can just save a couple grand.
Save that money and pay for a mover and not have that stress 100%.
Yeah. So what do they do from the very beginning? What does that look like?
I would say once you find a home or a new spot to live, you would give us a call and get an estimate of what you currently have. Obviously, sort out things that you want to get rid of or dispose of, things you want to pack on your own, things you'd want us to pack. Tell the sales rep that in the office, and they will give you an accurate estimate over the phone. It's typically larger homes. I'll have to go out and take a peek at it and make sure we're accurate on pricing.
Okay.
But give us a call once you find a spot. And like I said, from there, how much you pack and prep on your own is going to change that pricing.
What I have seen is when we call in, since I've done it so many times now, I feel like I can just be an advocate here for your crew, is they just go through, they're asking like, hey, what kind of couches do you have?
Yep.
You know, beds, bedroom count, approximate square footage, all of that.
Yep.
And they're able to hold it in pretty close.
Oh, yeah.
But they're like, oh, I think that's 3 guys for 4 hours.
We always are improving our sales process, inventory process, questions we ask, so we can be very accurate, because that's a big deal in the industry, is underbidding jobs. You know, customer wants to have a job, us tell them the job's going to be $1,500 and come out to be $2,500 at the end of it. So that causes customer service problems. Our goal is to be accurate and honest, upfront, and disclose exactly what's going to happen, so they're very clear on the outcome at the end of the move.
I just want you to know, like, I am a sucker for a great customer experience.
Yeah.
And the way you guys have your automated, like, process set up,
Yep.
whatever software you're running in the background.
The automations are key too for follow-up for sales and customer service follow-ups. It really helps and reduce our overhead too, obviously, on employees in the office.
How about logistics? Like, what do people have to take into consideration on, like, these large moves? Is there any logistics they need to be proactively communicating about?
Well, I would say if it's a large move, that you plan out your closings accordingly around the move time, because a large move, let's say you have a 6,000 square foot home, you have a lot of stuff, you have a lot of stuff to pack, that's going to be a multi-day move. So when are your closings, if you're moving a new home, what kind of time frame do you have to move in? Is there a gap between closings? That'll help too. But I would just say, depending on the size, like you said, plan that around your closing dates.
So I think about a lot of our move-up buyers right now. Like, so we're kind of in the era of, in the last 10 years, we have all of our clients
Yeah.
that bought these really affordable homes.
Yeah.
You know, when the market was super low.
Correct.
And now they're ready to go to their, like, normal move up, right? Like, you're in your single family,
Yep.
small single family, small townhouse. You have the second kid or third kid. It's time to get in our market.
More
It's like
space and-
$450 to $600,000 house.
Yeah.
It's like your traditional move up buyer.
Yep.
So if they're coming out of a 2,000 square foot, 1,500, 2,000 square feet, on average, what does it cost them to move, if, you know, barring long distance, right?
It will change. I mean, I've had 1-bedroom apartments take all day with 4 guys in a truck. Depends on how much you have, obviously. But a standard furnished 2,000 square foot home just for the move, it's going to be in a couple $1,000 range. If you're doing a full pack and move, you're going to add $1,000 to $1,500 to that.
Okay.
So I would say between $2,500 and $3,500, depending on how much you have.
Yeah.
If you're lightly furnished, it could be cheaper than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, two totally different. Like the packing side of it,
Correct.
versus just like, hey,
Just the move. You pack yourself, we come out and move.
yeah, just all the big stuff. So
Correct.
because a lot of people,
Boxes and-
I hear it, they're thinking like, how am I supposed to move this couch?
Yeah.
Or I got this heavy treadmill. Like this thing barely got in here.
Yeah.
How am I gonna get it like out the door? And like we have a treadmill that weighs 450 pounds.
Peloton?
No, I can't remember the name of it, but it's one of the big screen. And
Okay.
it's not Peloton though. But yeah, it was 450 pounds.
Yeah, they're heavy.
It's super heavy, and your guys picked it up no problem. But what I see for the families is like it's super stressful because it's like we got 2-3 little kids.
Correct.
We're both
It's
working.
busy.
Yeah, we're both working full-time careers.
Yeah.
Like we don't actually have very much time.
Correct.
Right. So then to be able to figure out how am I going to handle the kids, the move, we got school, take care, like all of
well
this.
worth the cost to pay for a mover.
Yeah, totally.
If I was to move, I would pay my crew too. You know, it's I couldn't do it either at this point. But yes, it's well worth the cost. Stress, prepping. Some people have to take off work. That costs you money, obviously. So it's I think it's worth it for sure.
Yeah. So the real estate market has changed a lot in the last 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Has that affected your business much?
We've maintained pretty well. I want to credit that to our great office team, administrative team we have. We're always improving on sales, follow-up, and scripting, and we have a new software in place. That really helps with, like you said earlier, automation is key nowadays too for text follow-ups. How are you doing? Do you need help still? Automation on, did you get the estimate? Is there anything we can help with? Do you have any questions about pricing? We don't have to manually call every customer anymore, or email or text. So it's all automated for us. That really helps stay up in front of the customers.
Yeah, there's a whole group of people that want to answer phone calls, but they'll pop back a text, and they're super happy, actually.
For sure. Yeah,
Right?
it's becoming more text friendly for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. So with the change, I'm kind of seeing that the market overall is changing. Are you seeing people move out farther?
Since the work from home has kicked in after COVID, that there has been a lot of people move out into the far suburbs, up north, into different states, being they can work from home. I think that we have increased on interstate for sure.
Okay.
Because of that main reason. I think there are some other reasons. Obviously, there's politics are involved. You have state regulations that are involved that people move, I think, now too, and that's pushing some interstate moves.
How far do you go?
We go cross country.
You do?
California, Florida, New York, anywhere you want to go. We don't do international. We don't go into Canada or Mexico yet.
So you will move someone from here to Chicago?
When we're busy, we're pushing a couple, 2-3 Chicago moves a week.
Really?
Yeah.
So you did just
Or
deadheading
Chicago
back?
Or Chicago to Minneapolis.
What are the big challenges for the moving industry right now?
Well, like always, it's always been manpower and finding good quality guys. I've always believed that, the sales team could be just okay, and as long as you send a good crew, and the customers are happy with those movers, they're going to talk about you, become walking billboards for you. We could have a great sales staff, which we do, and if we sent crappy movers out, they're going to tell everybody how bad of experience they had. So it really is a quality control of the labor side of things for sure, and which makes the biggest difference. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I believe we have one of the best systems overall, just between the sales experience and follow through if there's issues, and just quality control of the mover. We've done a great job at. And we retain a lot of our guys because we treat them well, we pay them above industry standard, and they stick around. So the guys that stick around are happy, and they're happy on the job.
Mm-hmm. So we always give a tip.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if that's expected. But
of course it's expected. Come on.
Okay. Yeah, the guys, any of your guys listening are like, yes, give a tip.
Yeah,
and is that an industry like standard?
And when I started the company, I was on the trucks the first couple, 2-3 years. I was grateful to have the work, obviously, appreciative of it. I never expected a tip, but they're always nice to have. I mean, the guys, they're not making $200,000 a year. They're making a fair wage, but tips make a difference for sure for these guys that work really hard.
So is there anything have you had any funny experiences?
We run into occasional funny things in people's homes. sometimes personal items.
I get it.
And the
man.
guys get a kick out of that sometimes, but I don't know. I think the guys show up and want to do a good job, so they stay focused. But typically, the customers and the movers have a good time together. They communicate, they talk, they joke around. They're talking about personal things, and everybody can relate to that for sure.
Totally. So how do you keep that culture? Is there certain things that you do to be able to keep like a great culture? Is that like training? Is that how
Yeah.
you treat the crews?
Yeah.
Do you have like get-togethers, or what do you do to keep a good culture like that?
Yeah, I think like I said, we pay our staff above industry standard, and we stay busy. And in this industry, if you want to be a full-time mover, and that's your job for now, your career, they want full-time work. So the culture for movers, if they like the job, they just want to stay busy so they can pay their bills. And we do that. We do a great job staying busy, and that helps a lot. We do have company parties every year. We do boat cruises with the people, our staff. And overall, it's just how we treat our employees. They know we care about their personal life. Like you said, if they have some big days running back to back and they say, I'm burnt out and I'm tired, we usually have enough guys to rotate around so we can give a guy a day off midweek. The moving industry is not a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday job. So we're very flexible, and we do a good job with that too, which improves just the overall demeanor of our movers and our staff.
Are you guys moving 7 days a week?
Skeleton crews on Sundays, but
Okay.
Saturdays is our busiest day
Yeah, I would imagine.
every week. I mean, throughout the year, but sometimes it's mid-month on a Wednesday is our busiest day of the month. Just depends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if someone is hiring you guys, and let's just say they're hiring you to carry the basic stuff,
Sure.
right? Like the couches, like what should they be prepping for? Like, how do they prep for that? It's like, hey, we're going to pack ourselves. What does packing ourselves look like?
Well, if you're packing yourself, you would go buy boxes, packing paper, tape, things to prep. TVs, obviously, or fragile items. I would say just make sure things are well prepped when we get there. If things are not completely packed and there's a bunch of stuff laying out still, that just makes the move take twice as long. I would say make sure everything's in a box that can be in a box that fits in a box, taped, shut, labeled, so we can pick it up, stack it, bring it in the truck. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, prepping is key when it comes to the bottom line of your move cost.
I was just going to say that's
Yeah.
the part that some people probably miss. They're not properly prepared, and
Yes.
actually, and they have to move.
Yep.
In that moment, it's going to cost you more.
Correct.
Because it's more labor.
Correct, for us
help-
to move. Yeah.
Yeah, and boxes and
Yeah.
tape and all that.
Yeah, and it's regular, and we're happy to help. If it's not prepped on the day of the move, obviously we'll help finish the packing. And if that's the case, and we estimate the project at 6 to 8 hours, the guys get there and things are not packed, they'll call the office and say it's not prepped all the way. That's fine. We'll have our customer service person call, talk to the customer about that, and then we'll discuss what they want us to do. Would you like us to stay there longer, or just move stuff that's ready?
Yeah.
So we're very flexible.
Makes sense. Have you guys
Yeah.
ever done like a giant mansion where it's like we have to roll in like 6 trucks?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
What do you
We're-
think the biggest house you've ever moved is?
I want to say it would be on Lake Minnetonka, 12,000 square feet. I want to say it was this is several years ago. So 4 trucks, 8 guys for 4 days.
For 4 days.
Packing
Oh,
and
wow.
moving. Yep.
Yeah. Great job for you guys for that,
Yeah.
right?
It makes money.
And that kind of person is saying, like, I have to focus my time, or I don't
Correct.
want to. I'm going
Right.
to go enjoy my life in a different way.
Correct.
And leverage you guys doing this for me.
Yes. I think anybody that can afford that kind of home in Minnetonka is going to have the resources to pay a mover. Yeah.
What are the big things that sets Matt's moving apart from the competition right now? Why are you guys growing and still killing it in kind of a down market?
Yeah. I'm going to go back to just how we continue to train. And we have regular meetings. I mean, every week we have several meetings about sales process, customer service, accounting, dispatch meetings, and it's all for the end result, making a happy customer. So I think we go above and beyond what most moving companies do or know how to do. I came from a different industry, so I have a different perspective on what taking care of a customer means. I want to be professional, communicate well, and hire the best quality mover. And that's what I've always done since day one. So that's what's made us different. A lot of moving companies are movers for other companies, start a moving company, and there's not a lot of customer service background there. So I came from that. So that's what I think has really ultimately made the big difference, is quality control management.
Well, I want to thank you for everything that you guys, have
Thank
done
you, man.
for us.
I appreciate all the work you've given us.
Yeah, Justine very much thanks you that we've both been able to save our backs and not kill ourselves while we're moving.
Well, I'll be looking for that pontoon ride invite over the summer then.
And we have our entire basement packed right now in a storage unit, so we're going to be hiring you guys back to move us back in once we're done with our remodel that we're working on. So
great.
But thank you for hanging out on the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
it's great.
Awesome.
Thanks, Andy.